Okay, you're at the Watchmen Way, April 2nd, 2020. Oh, we had 400 and something new members uh, today. Um, Everybody should go to your friends list and invite all your friends. Now's the time to do it, guys. To the Watchmen page. So they'll get the announcements every day. You know, if they decide to join. I mean, they've got to accept the invite, but it doesn't hurt. Um, I've been doing this, like every 2 or 3 weeks, just going through my list, and it's amazing. People that I've invited 10 times are now saying yes and accepting the invites. So, hurt, guys. I mean, this is one of the easiest things you can do to help get the word out. Because remember, it's a numbers game. The more people we get on the message, the more people we're going to red pill and wake up and help. So give it a shot. Like I say, blame it on me. You're just inviting them. I'll deal with the rest of it. Um, the government, we were talking about this, I don't know, yesterday, the day before. Um, Government's been forced to do, and this is, not technically correct, but it's really the same thing. Um, what most of us have been forced to do, which is live off our credit cards, live off our credit. That's what's going on right now. Been going on really for 10 years. It's basically been running that credit card up. And we just added 1.6 trillion to the Fed balance sheet in like 3 weeks. We only put 700 billion in to get 12 years last time it went down. 1.6 trillion in 3 weeks. We got a problem. You can't keep up. Anybody that thinks this is going to come back, this is going to recover, boy, I, you need to do a lot of homework. Well, and actually, you don't really need to do that much, because if you spend 20 minutes on the internet, I mean, just when you see the list, it's getting worse, and I didn't have time to get to all of it. Listen, there is no saving this economy. Absolutely zero chance this economy is going to come back. Um, Now, that doesn't mean we're all going to be bankrupt or broke. In fact, for the ones that are prepared, this puts us in a better position, and it protects. And basically, what it's doing is it's acting as insurance from everything we're going to lose, because we're losing everything on paper. Bank accounts, pension funds, 401ks, stocks, bonds. If you don't protect yourself, what are you going to have? I know people who are millionaires on paper who are going to be flat broke when this is over, because they didn't listen. They thought the stock market was going to go on forever. That's where they made their money for 50 years, so it's not going to change. Trust me, the world is changing. When have we ever shut the world's economy down for the flu? The world is changing. This is not the pandemic they've been trying to make it out to be. It's the flu. And look at the mortality rate. Tells you the whole story. And that we're still under quarantine, or going to be under quarantine till the end of the month. Listen, I'm 100% behind what President Trump's doing. He's playing a role. This is for our safety. Let's not get sidetracked. All these people running around crazy. Oh, we're losing our rights in Oh, they're going to come and get our guns, and fear porn, fear porn, fear porn. We have nothing to fear from President Trump or the military or the police. Um, Not while President Trump is at the helm. Not while President Trump is driving the bus. And when you, and it's going to be him or somebody just like him over the next 40 years, probably, when you look at this thing, you pencil this thing out, who's going to go next and who's going to go after that. And when you look at basically where's the opposition going to come from? Because the Democratic Party's done. This is it. The Democratic Party is as dead as the Catholic Church is in 2020. That's a fact. Write it down. There is no one who will ever vote Democrat again when they see these videos and they see the crimes and they see who's guilty. I mean, just think about this. They've got video of the most powerful people in the world torturing and murdering children. Who's going to vote for that person? Or anybody that's associated with that person? This is over. The mainstream media is done. This is all going down. I mean, get on board, guys, because there isn't much time left. And that we even have any time to be talking about this late in the game, because this is days away. A couple of weeks, maybe. I mean, by the end of the month, I don't see how we survive this, because the other thing is, I'm pretty sure that the arrests are going down now, too. Just look at, all of this coming together at the same time. Doesn't it? I mean, it's obviously having an impact because our membership is soaring because of it. Because now every day people are seeing more and more things that don't fit the puzzle. It's natural to ask questions when things don't match up. And thank God, people are starting to get it. I think it's part of that we talked about yesterday, I think at least. This raising of consciousness. Something's happening to people. People are I mean, think about all the people we've talked to and given them great evidence and just want nothing to do with it. That's cognitive dissonance, right? It seems like people that had it before are seeing through it, are getting through it, which is exactly what we need, guys. So it's a great thing. We just need to keep pushing. So don't be afraid to invite people that you're not sure how they're going to take this stuff. Invite them. You'll be surprised. And that's part of the way, right, guys? It's doing the right thing. This is doing the right thing. Because either you get a hold of this person, every one of your friends yourself, or send them an invite and then put it on them. You gave me information. They either followed up on it or they didn't. Maybe with a note, hey, you should check this out. You guys be your own judges. One of the things I started to get into before my phone almost went dead a couple of nights ago, we were talking about the ministries and that we're getting that up and running. So I'm actually looking for someone who's interested in kind of managing that program so that Lisa doesn't have to do it because she's overwhelmed as it is right now, and we're about ready to get hit by a tsunami. So anybody who's an organizational background, that's all you basically need. And you'd have to be reaching out to people because we want to build this thing. So anybody that's interested in that, please message me or call me. If I don't pick up, leave a message. I've had a couple of people who I just called them back, but called and didn't leave messages. If you guys leave messages, I'll call you back as quick as I can. If I'm busy and you call and you don't leave a message, I'm probably not going to call you back. So just because I get so many phone calls every day, and most of them are, well, a lot of them are telemarketing calls. So anyway, so anybody who's interested in that, kind of overseeing, building that ministries list and working with different. Eventually, what it's going to entail is you'll be working with these people and helping them line up, um, money for projects, because we're going to have a list for both. We'll have a list for the ministries and the projects they need financing on or funding on, and um, our list of people and what they're interested in funding. So that's kind of going to be the crux of that position. Um, and I would like to make a decision here, guys, in the next week. So anybody who's interested, get it to me right away. And really, all you need to do is let me know you're interested, and then we'll talk. It's going to be pretty informal, like like we run things. Um, this is turning. This is a Zero Hedge article headline. This is turning into a disaster. Some Americans might wait 20 weeks or longer for their checks. Now, I think that article was. I think that's mostly the business portion. I think the average citizen, if you're not, in other words, if you're not filing for a business, I think it's going to be much shorter than that. But if you've got a business, it might drag on. And I know most businesses today, they're struggling. I mean, they're in the same boat we were, as homeowners or whatever. Um, I don't know if they've got 20 weeks of reserves. I mean, most businesses don't. When you got no revenue coming in. So we'll see how that plays out. There's kind of a infighting between Small Business Administration and the Treasury. You know, typical bureaucrats. Talk about the elite, the Hollywood elite. Last year, this week, the movie business did $204 million. This week, 5,179. So they went from 5,200 or 204 million last year to 5,200 this year. Well, of course, most of the movie theaters are closed, but it's killing them. And I don't really care. Dems rage as Google bans ads um, from POTUS virus critics. So it looks like there's been a shift. What did we say was going to happen? It looks like it's happening. Can you think about this? Organizations that are attacking President Trump's programs on the virus, his response, they're banning their ads. Something's going on, guys. And it's happening everywhere. It's happening across all scopes. This is going down, guys. I next week, this week, Clinton, Obama, Bush, change the world forever. And when that happens, forget it. Forget the economies. Forget buying any silver or Litecoin. And it's going to be like that. In an hour, they'll be shut down. Once it all goes, give it an hour. And then when you get that hour, forget it, because everybody's going to be jammed up. These exchanges will be overwhelmed. And then they'll just close it. Shut the doors. And like I said, who knows how long it'll be till they reopen and what the price is going to be. Dow was up 470 today. Litecoins was actually at 42 for a little bit in this 39.85, so up from yesterday a little bit. Futures were down 120 points. Silver was like at 14.63. So, out the door, you're going to still, 15, 16, 16, 16.50. You can get silver. It's crazy. Litecoin you can get for less than 40. Crazy. Take advantage. Take advantage because it's not very long. You're going to get those prices. And then get it all. So, GE Aviation lays off 50% of its engine management staff. Fauci, the guy who's the virus guru for America, lockdown will continue until there's no more new cases. That's what they're going to use. When they have no more new cases, then they'll end the lockdown. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Oh, another Zero Hedge headline. If the virus hadn't caused the crash, something else would have. In other words, it was inevitable. Just what we've been saying. The economy was coming down no matter what. This gave China and President Trump cover. I got no problem with that. He shouldn't take the hit on this. This has been going on for over 100 years. Since 1913, Federal Reserve. We were doomed from that date. No, with that siphoning off of our wealth, this was part of the plan. Their plan. The globalist plan. Markets are now at the tipping point. DNC postpones presidential convention till August, was it 17th? Yeah, 17th of August. Doesn't make any difference. Doesn't make any difference at all. Auto sales plunged to lowest in a decade, but the worst is yet to come in quarter two. Oh, nowhere but down, guys. Oh, here's a good one. 5 days before it filed bankruptcy, Whiting Petroleum executives got paid $15 million in bonuses. 5 days before they filed bankruptcy. How does that work? You run a company into the ground, and you get bonuses, $15 million worth. That's the problem, guys, with big business. Peter Schiff, guy's been around forever. Analyst, big silver and gold guy. It's not going to be fine. Talking about the economy. They keep telling you, the talking heads, oh, it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's not. And he is one of 25, at least, of the most, respected guys who do this stuff. There's no one who's honest, who's saying that there's a chance in hell this thing's going to, it's going to survive. No way. Yeah, here's another one. Uber and Lyft revenues plummet 50%. No business can survive a 50% drop in sales or revenue, and last for very long. This is another one. They're picking on POTUS. POTUS sparks shit show and that was basically in the oil, as gold demand soars to 3-year high. People are waking up. They know precious metals, cryptos. Fitch downgrades Nine retailers in one day, including Macy's, Nordstrom's, and J.C. Penney's. So they're downgrading their credit rating. So it makes it that much harder for them to do business. So you got the double whammy. It's your revenues are drying up, so you have to borrow more at a higher rate. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's where we're headed. Yeah, they're thinking up to 30% of all mortgages are going to default. Biggest delinquencies in history. I don't think we're going to get there because I think President Trump's going to do the reset before. And this is exactly, remember we talked about this. I don't think he's going to allow this to happen. I don't think he's going to allow a third of Americans, a third of homeowners to lose their homes. That's basically what we're talking about. And we've got the questions here. Ron, how you doing? Mike, Kathleen, hello. Tessie, Cynthia, how you doing? Lisa, hello. Yeah, well, listen, if you haven't been called crazy 1,000 times, you haven't been doing this long enough because it doesn't take very long. I mean, even today, you could probably get 1,000 in a couple of weeks if you're working hard at it. Brian, how you doing? JC, what's up? Yeah, liberal logic, buying up all the toilet paper. Allie, how you doing? Mike Jan, man, there's your colloidal silver, guys. Get it now before it's too late. You need it for your medical kits. Natural antibiotic. Brother Dale, what's up? Cody, what's up? Brian. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, we're not crazy. We are not crazy. Timothy, he's got a bunch of people who thinks he's crazy. Timothy just invited his whole friends list, I think. Listen, guys, my brother's asking about Adam Schiff's new commission on investing President Trump. I could give a shit because it's irrelevant. It's never going to amount to anything. It's a joke. Ignore it. Don't. And when people ask you about it, tell them you don't care because it's irrelevant because nothing's coming of it. And move on because it's another one of those distractions that should not be a distraction. And hopefully this one will be less of a distraction. Not that the others have been that big of a problem, but, again, it just takes away from what we should be doing. Cynthia heard 2 weeks from the press conference, Trump tells the truth. Yeah, I don't know about the timing. I'll tell you for sure. President Trump is going to tell us the truth about everything before he leaves office. I can't promise when, because there might be different times for different events that he wants to talk about. But he's going to tell everything. Aliens, yeah, there are aliens, and we know about it, and we've been dealing with them. 9/11, JFK assassination, Oklahoma City bombing, all of it. You're going to be surprised. Most of it, our government was responsible for. Over 90% of it. Yeah. Responsible for or a part of. Let's put it that way. Which you could say, because without their condoning a lot of these things, it would have never happened. Tessie, how you doing? Tessie 2? Yeah, Kathleen's hearing a lot about the ships. I'm well. There's no question that Well, I shouldn't say there's no question. Um, we know that the kids are being rescued. That's a fact. It's been going on for a long time now, months. I mean, we know at least since July 4th, because that's when they took out that base in China Lake in California. And I think it was even going on before that. Um, I think probably quite a bit before that. We just weren't hearing about it because they've been having. Remember, guys, it's been well, several years, 2, 3 years at least, that we've been hearing all these reports about explosions all around the country and the world that nobody could explain. Well, I think we can explain them. Um, they've been doing this a while now. So whether to me again, whether these kids are going to one of the ships or they're going to this facility in Central Park, the tent hospital, was what we heard where they were going. I listen. They got to do something with 105. What is it? 154,000, 155,000 people under indictment, and that's. I heard somebody say there could be 8 people listed per indictment. So just think about what the number could be. You know, it doesn't make any difference. We know this stuff's happening. We know that they're taking down the swamp. We know that they're rescuing these kids. Whether they're going to the ship or the Central Park, really to me it doesn't matter. It's that it's getting done. You know, that's all I'm thankful for is that it's happening now. Rita hasn't paid bills in 2 months. I'm not sure what what you're saying there, Rita. I don't know if you're asking about that or if you're saying you're going to use the stimulus money to pay your bills. Yeah, kids in tunnels, in cages. Some of them were deformed because of how they had they were crammed in these cages. They were hunched over. Disgusting. Tana, how you doing? Cindy Lou, how you doing? Teddy, what's up? Dorothy started listening to the Watchmen a year ago, and she shifted more than half of her 401 to silver. Good job, Dorothy. It's coming, Dorothy. Cynthia's asking where, I think, Tessie, where you saw the kids in the tunnels. I saw a couple of things posted on Facebook that showed pictures. Matt, what's up? Yeah, the manipulation's going, guys. The manipulation goes down when the swamp goes down. Gilbert, what's up? Uh, Mike's saying they were under Central Park. I'm not sure about that. I know that in Central Park, there's a tent hospital that they're supposedly bringing these kids to. Now that doesn't well, and I think that's what's happening with the tent hospital. I think the ships might be something else, and not that they wouldn't bring kids there too, but yeah, John saying Boeing is reducing staff with silver and gold parachutes. Yep. Darren, what's up? Sandy, hello. Yeah, malnourished. They looked. Yeah, gun stores going back and forth. I told you this battle was coming. Listen, state governments cannot override the Constitution or a presidential executive order. They can't. So those stores are going to be open, and a lot of the crap that's been going on is going to be chopped. William, what's up? Darren, how you doing? Tessie, Sandy. Yeah, he's running two. Well, I don't know if he's running two economies side by side. He's running a game with the economy, and he's reacting exactly how you do if you know you're filing bankruptcy. You buy up everything you can on credit, and you write it off. Yeah, listen, the CIA was running breeding farms. They were breeding kids. The homely ones they sold for their parts, the body parts, organ harvesting, and the cute ones they sold into child sex trafficking. That's our CIA, and the FBI was helping them cover it up. All coming out. Priscilla, how you doing? Oh God, don't. Yeah, nobody. I hope nobody buys that. People gouging on eBay 2 cans of Lysol for $300. Come on, don't anybody pay that. That's crazy for the flu. Don't do it. No, there won't be. Well, there'll be gold and silver. They just got to get it out of the ground. Above ground, there won't be much that isn't owned somewhere, owned by somebody. Like I said, guys, give it an hour. And not that it'll all be gone in an hour. They'll quit selling it because the price is going to be going up so fast. That's why they're going to quit selling it. And that's why I say hour max, because when they see it running, they're going to shut everything down. Sherry, how you doing? Dory, hello. Dory's a newbie. Welcome, Dory. Glad to have you on board. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll post my phone number, guys, 707 696 4188. I'll post it in the comments section. Give me a half hour after the chat. You can start calling. Linda, how you doing? Yeah, well, there are going to be some stories about the things that people have done and said to all of us. Oh yeah, Dorothy's talking about being on disability and now working nonstop. Yeah, because of the veterans homes. Yeah. Thank you, Dorothy. Julie, how you doing? Thanks, Sandy. If you're talking to me, uh, yeah, Mike's in the Northeast with a whole family of liberals. It's okay. They're gonna switch teams pretty quick, Mike. They got no choice because they're not gonna like the team they're on. That's the thing. When people find out the team they were on, what the things they've been doing, they're not going to stay on that team. They're done. They can't stay. Sandy Hook, yeah. Sandy Hook, our government, totally fake. Yeah. And that's what they did, right? If you question it, you were the sick one. Oh, how could you do this to these poor families? these poor families that were laughing on the podium before the camera got turned on. A day after, or a couple of days after, their child was just murdered. Yeah, no. You don't get rid of that for maybe ever. Cody, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, guys, and listen, when this happens, when you're attacked, consider the source. These people are all suffering from cognitive dissonance. They're mentally ill, basically. It's temporary, hopefully. So don't give it a lot of credence. Ignore it. It means nothing. And believe me, if they're decent people, they're going to come back to you in a month or 6 weeks or 2 months and apologize. And when that happens, we accept their apologies because it's part of the deal, guys. We getting into this that you're going to come under attack. Gary's paying his bills. Okay, Gary. Good night, Cindy. Cindy Lou. Chrissy. Chrissy had to take care of the kids. Okay, we'll give you a pass, Chrissy. Oh, listen, there's tunnels under the whole country. There's tunnels. Oh, Alice in Wonderland statue, supposedly. Anthony Weiner's laptop, yep. That's the Hillary Clinton snuff video. 100% for real. You can see it on the dark web right now if you want to. Just go there and Google or whatever you do there. Search for Frazzle Drip. That's the name of the video. Disgusting. Brian, how you doing? Yeah, well, they're prison ships is what they are. But how they're being used is the question. Are they being used for the kids or are they being used for the swamp? I think it could be a mix. We'll see. Section it off. Yeah, buy 300. That's exactly right, Aaron. Buy 300 worth of Litecoin instead of that Lysol. You're going to be a lot better off. Hydrogen peroxide works just as good and is a hell of a lot cheaper than that. It's cheaper than Lysol is. Uh, Deborah's daughter saw a beef roast at Kroger's for $300. Must have been a hell of a roast. Yeah, prices are going to start going up, guys. So you're welcome, Dory. Yeah, go to the dollar store and buy bleach, guys. Yeah, listen, this is nothing to worry about. This virus is nothing to worry about. Gary saying, well, yeah, where, Gary? In New England? 99 cents a pound. It's all bone. Mike's buying a quarter of a cow for just over. See, so a quarter of a cow for 300, or 2 cans of Lysol for 300. Take your pick. That's a good. That's a good way to go, Mike. Good thinking. Yeah, Dems are finished for sure, and could be half the Republicans. Could be. Susie's late and she can't stay long. Late and can't stay long. Okay. Lisa, write that down, please. They're saying Gemini's 5 days now to release Litecoin, so don't worry, guys. Uh, the time is going to be extended as they get busier and busier. So that's another reason to buy now. It's taken 5 days from the time you buy Litecoin to actually have it hit your account. Buy it now because that's going to go to 10, then 15, and then you're not going to be able to get it at all as the price is going up. So don't wait. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, the parents were practicing their lines on CNN. Those parents from Sandy Hook. Well, it's easy to live in denial, right? You don't have to think. You just shut down. So it gets harder though when the shit hits a fan. C before D, children before D class, I think. Either way, Durham or D class. D class is gonna well, both gonna be big. Maybe it's a double D. Well, I think they're Tessie's asking when the indictments are going down. I think they're going down right now. That's why the country's locked down. It's not for the flu, guys. It's for the swamp takedown and the economic collapse. To control the economic collapse, control rioting and looting, civil unrest. Flawless plan. Executed perfectly. Amazing stuff. Uh, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Donnie, but I can tell you all of the. Listen, this isn't a United States thing. They're going to arrest world leaders around the world, criminals around the world. Yeah, it's coming, including the Pope, the Queen, three former U.S. presidents, probably Merkel, Macron, Trudeau up in Canada. He's going down. It's going to be beautiful, guys. I think it happens this month. Fingers crossed. Grab the popcorn. Ellen said she's been self-isolating. I I'm not. I for what? Guys, don't take Advil or ibuprofen. You'll be fine. Don't go to the doctor. That was the other thing. I missed that one. I'm glad you brought that up. Where is it? It was shoot. Oh, yeah. Could the virus treatment be more deadly than the virus itself? You know, it looks like at least most of the bodies that were at Harvard for autopsies all had Advil or that chemical, ibuprofen Advil, in their systems. So the virus itself, so-called virus, I don't think it's a virus either. Um, but virus sounds so much more dangerous and deadly. You know, what if they said, "Oh, it's a variation of the flu"? Yeah, people aren't going to run and hide for that. But it's a COVID-19 virus that's going to kill 22 million people or whatever they said it was going to do. I think was that just in the United States too. Fear porn, guys. Fear porn executed perfectly for the desired effect to scare people, to keep them off the streets, to get them prepped up. I mean, think about it. Beautiful, beautiful. What we've been trying to do for 5 years, it took President Trump a couple of weeks with the virus to get done. Beautiful. Um, uh, Dorothy's now her fiance is saying how smart she is. 2 handguns, a shotgun, ammo months ago. So there you go. Silver kept the pantry stock. Yeah. Anybody who's here, give yourself a pat on the back because 95% of America doesn't have a clue. I hope it's better than that. I'm hoping that at least 15 or 20% of people are ready, but still a lot of people out there that don't know. Elida, how you doing? Sherry Mack, how you doing? Texas a few days ago, Idaho yesterday, North Carolina had 15. Salt Lake, yeah. Yeah, they're blowing tunnels everywhere, guys. Sandy's saying the kids, like I said, as long as they're taken care of, I don't care where they do it. And they're going to take care of both the kids and the criminals. Vitamin C, get in the sun. That comes from Dr. Gary. Thank you, Doctor. Where did you get your medical degree? Yeah, these kids are going to have a lot of. Can you just imagine? I mean, my God. That's why I had my stroke. Thinking about every day what was going on with these kids. It just ate me up. 17 ghost ships. Don, how you doing? Yeah. Overcome fear with faith. There's no reason to fear here. There's nothing to fear. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, everybody likes ribs, Gary. Well, that was yesterday, I think, Tessie, but yeah, again, non-issue. Yeah, kids are going to need a lot of things. Um, Boy, that's a whole nother deal. Just think about that. And think 800,000 of these kids were going missing a year. 800,000 kids just in America. So who knows how many they're going to pull out of those tunnels? The thousands, maybe tens of thousands. Yep, to Gitmo. John, how you doing? News on Days of Darkness. Still waiting. So, just to clarify things, guys. Um, this was never a hard start April 1st. I always heard and I always said, around April 1st, give or take. And it's supposed to be 3 to 10 days. I'm hearing now closer to 3. And that it's supposed to be wrapped up by Good Friday. So it's got to be less than, well, yeah, what's Good Friday? The 10th? 10th, right? Good Friday's on the 10th. So what's today? The 2nd? Right? A week, it would be the max now, I think. Every day that goes by is probably a day less that we'd have a day of darkness. which in my mind is great. The fewer days that it's dark, the better, I think. And plus, if it's dark, we're not going to be on air. So I'd like to be able to do these chats every day. We'll see how it goes. Lisa just said they'd added 3,500 more indictments. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They're going to keep adding too, guys. Because as they arrest people, they'll get more evidence and they'll arrest more. So expect it to be, God knows what the final number is going to be. But rest assured, every person is going to get justice, the justice that they deserve. For antivirus disinfectant, use cloves in a pot of water at a simmer on your cooker wood stove. Kills all airborne viruses. Good to know, Linda. Thank you. You never know what you're going to pick up at the Watchmen Way. Military headed to southern border. He lives 8 miles from the border. About 550 are on the way to the border, according to Gilbert. Sharon bought Litecoin, Coinbase, no problem. Listen, as long as you have an account, you can buy it no problem right now. The problem is when you set up a new account. Somebody, I think Judy, two weeks or 15 days to get her Litecoin, and she's a long-term, has a long-term account at Coinbase, over a year old. So I think part of it is a timing, and buying it and being able to move it are two different things, guys. Because a lot of times you buy it, you don't pay attention, but it's 2 weeks until it gets into your account at Coinbase right now. I think that's what it's running. So as you couldn't pull it out, you couldn't sell it, or well, I don't know. I'm not sure about selling it. Doesn't really make any difference. Gemini is running 5 days right now. And plus, Gemini is much easier to get approved on. So most of the new members now we're sending to Gemini just for the ease. And there's no bank issues with Gemini either. It'll take any bank. And that was a problem with Coinbase. Well, Sherry's saying the scare was, yeah, I mean, that's why they did this. It was necessary. Look at how hard we've been trying to coax people in to getting prepared. By the drill: extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical, silver, Litecoin. And yeah, we've been very successful, but not like President Trump. And it was, of course, he's got the ammo to work with, right? He can create a virus to scare people. It worked pretty good. It had the desired effect. I give him 100% credit. Brilliant. Yeah, no vaccines, guys. Never. Joan, how you doing? Amanda, hello. Yeah, no vaccines. Libby, what's up? Yeah, that's the other thing about viruses, guys. This isn't a virus. If it's airborne, viruses, I don't believe, are airborne. So it's got to be like a cut or something, I think, doesn't it, for a virus? I don't think it even can pass through the skin. Well, that's it. It's that thought shaping. It's that, getting everybody, that's what they wanted. They want everybody thinking the same way. That way we're easier to control. Judy, what's up? Yeah. Well, and then, people, when they get pressured by their doctors, and the doctors are pretty good about it, not with me, but is somebody who's on the fence. A lot of times they'll get that person to take the vaccine, and it's crazy. Why you would have a healthy person take a vaccine for the flu. There's a deeper agenda, a bigger agenda, a darker agenda going on. Sherry saying Denver Underground goes 80 levels. I believe it 100%. Yeah, Gary got his degree from the Dan Bowen Institute of Watchmen. Yeah, well, you have to remember, guys, what's been going on here. Um, so so Donnie's saying that we've been fighting the war on drugs since Nancy Reagan, whatever that's been, 30 years at least, I guess. Um, 40 maybe. Uh, didn't put a dent in it, and now with President Trump, we're crushing them. Well, you have to remember, before we were fake fighting. We were pretending to go after them because it was us bringing all these drugs in. We were working with these cartels. Talk to some of the ex-military, going back as far as Vietnam, and the drugs and the kids. They would put on military transports like nothing. Nobody questioned it. You knew not to question it. Those days are over. The government's not playing that game anymore. The deep state is gone, dead forever. Yeah, it is exciting. I'm telling you, this is man's greatest accomplishment. Defeating this evil, when you see the scope of this evil and everywhere they had their tentacles into, it's mind-boggling. It's bad enough if you thought there were 50 people in the world that were doing this stuff, but it's thousands, if not tens of thousands. And it's not just like it's a few people in the Ozarks somewhere in the backwoods. These are the most wealthy, the most powerful people in the world. Let that sink in, but not for long, because they're going to have all their wealth stripped, and they're either going to be executed or spend the rest of their lives in prison. That's going to fund all the special treatment that these kids deserve and are going to get. Good question, Kathleen. Abel Danger, guy who's been on this for 20 years, I think. Well, maybe not 20, 10 or 15. And they arrested him on some trumped up charge out of Florida, I think out of Broward County, BS deal. And he was in there I think he went in before Christmas, and he was in there for weeks. I haven't heard. If anybody knows, please post it. Good guy. Ex Air Force for sure. Was a pilot. Mike saying over 67,000 children have been rescued so far. And we're not done. Think about that. Sickening. It's disgusting. Darren just got a silver FedEx. It will be joyful, guys. We're going to have a party for sure. Uh, the deep state got Kathleen's IP address. They just took 5G up to her home. Run, Kathleen. Get out while you can. I'm not worried. There is um, no technology that's harmful to humans will be allowed on President Trump's watch. If it's 5G, it's the good 5G. And I heard that 6 months ago, 4 to 6 months ago. They were talking about this and that they were going to do a fix for America for sure on the issues they had with 5G. President Trump knows about this. There's nothing getting by President Trump. POTUS saying Mexico sent 10,000 troops to help us at the border. They're saying they're there to keep us out. Whatever. Yeah, there's been a problem with cell phone service. We'll see, guys. And here's what I think. I don't know that they'll shut the whole country down. I don't know that they need to. I think they'll do it in sections as they need to. In other words, they're going to hit the Northeast. They'll shut down within a certain radius what they need to so that the people there can't be warned that it's coming. You know what I mean? Because that's the main thing I think they're worried about is people having pre-knowledge that they're coming to knock on your door specifically. We'll see how it plays out. I'm hoping that's the way it goes, that they just do it by area and only by need. Yeah, there's no reason to move your coins out of Coinbase, guys. Coinbase is the more stable exchange. It's been there longer, been around. I think they have more. Well, I'm sure they have way more coins in their system. Nephew Michael, what's up, Michael? Yeah, so we got it. We got it. Who's a computer whiz? We need somebody to get into this, dig into this 5G issue. Anybody know anything about that? Please get back to me. Omni, how you doing? Yeah, can only get a virus through injections, flu shots, vaccines, or it's through the blood. Through, if you have a scratch, I think you can get it. Kevin saying if your phone has changed to 5G, you can change it back to 4G in the settings. So do that if you're concerned, guys. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, tell them no thank you for those vaccines. Yeah, side effect of the vaccine is you die. Underground War on YouTube. 3 to 4 videos. Check it out, guys. Sherry's recommending. Yeah, yeah. Gates actually owns the COVID-19 virus. He owns a patent on COVID-19. Bill Gates does, and supposedly it was created in a Soros-funded bioweapons lab. Yeah, I see. I think the Chinese backstab the deep state. I think what they put out was not the real COVID-19. I think they gave them a watered down version and screwed the deep state over. We'll see how it plays out. We'll know here, I think, eventually we'll know. Yeah. If you're healthy, guys, and a healthy immune system, your body's pretty amazing. Yeah, Soros is going for sure. Can't say when, but he's going. 2020. Sometime this year. Denise, how you doing? Thank you, Denise. Bill Gates, I believe, is going to be executed for crimes against humanity. Jessica, how you doing? Chrissy, how are you? Rita's back. Chad. What are we going through again? What's going on here? Give a man a gun, he can rob a bank. I think there's a joke there somewhere. Amy, how you doing? Yeah, sections. Florida tomorrow, supposedly, guys. If you're in Florida, beware. Amy, how you doing? All right, Mike. Yeah, get your Litecoin off whatever exchange you're on. Remember, your Ledger Nano S. Order it from Ledger. When you get it, watch at least 3 or 4 videos. Go to YouTube and search program Ledger Nano S. Watch 3 or 4 videos before you try and program it. You got to follow the instructions exactly or you'll get jammed up. Randy, how you doing? Ruth, hello. You have to go back, Denise. It's too far along. I can't go back now. Plus, I wouldn't remember what to say. You're better off going back and watching it from the beginning. Phil, how you doing? I would imagine couldn't you do the same thing in the settings, Kathleen, for 4G and 5G on your computer? I think you'd be able to do the same thing. Eleanor, how you doing? Bill Gates is dirty. Brittany, how you doing? Didn't I already? Wow. Okay. That's all the questions. We're over an hour. Okay. All right, guys. Final push. Days or weeks left. Every person matters. Let's keep the pressure on. Things have been going great. We're getting people right and left. Try that. Try inviting all your friends. Try it. See what happens. Listen, again. Now's the time to be bold. I'm going to leave it there. Wrap it up for tonight. Remember, fear not. God and President Trump are 1,000% in control. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.